All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the Seattle Seahawks. I feel so good about this team next season, both sides of the football. We're going to actually talk about both sides of the football here in today's video. We're going to break it down though. I genuinely believe Seattle has one of the better shots next season in the NFC to make a deep postseason playoff run. In fact, I know this might sound like a hot take here, but long term and possibly even as soon as this year, I think Seattle's going to be the team to beat in the NFC West. So, JSN, I want to talk about JSN because there's some stuff that's coming out on JSN. And honestly, both rookie first round picks for Seattle, both Devon Witherspoon and JSN, the hype around the league has been so high. I saw a tweet from NFL Rookie Watch, and they were saying that several NFL scouts and coaches reportedly believe that JSN has Cooper Kupp type energy and upside to his game. Now, multiple teams around the league are also throwing in that they think the Seahawks now have the best wide receiver room in the entire National Football League. This wide receiver core is looking legit. They're looking deep. There's a bunch of playmakers. You got DK the stud. You got Tyler Lockett, Mr. Consistency, Mr. Reliable. He's like a 7-iron. And now you have JSN. And there's a reason I love JSN and Devon Witherspoon. They both have that it factor. JSN actually said in a recent interview that he knows he's going to dominate in the NFL. He said that there's no ceiling for his game and that he's not just a slot guy. All right. This is a huge weapon for Geno Smith, and he's going to love him right away because one of the things JSN does so good at is just he's quick with his feet. He makes fast decisions. So if Geno's scrambling, if he's extending the play, JSN's going to find that hole. He's going to be a reliable player in every facet in the wide receiving game. So I loved it. I genuinely believe JSN was an A-plus draft pick. Same thing goes for Devon, but like I said, with JSN, going in with DK, going in with Lockett, going in with an already top 10 scoring offense in the National Football League, with Mr. Geno Smith, comeback player of the year, Mr. Kenneth Walker III, several times last season was a possible rookie of the year candidate for the NFC. This offense is legit, man. They're legit. And now let's talk about the defense, all right? Because all this is great. It's fine and dandy because we're in such an explosive league. But let's talk about the defense. Before we get any further into today's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button. I'll talk about this at the end of the video because Seahawks fans, I never have words other than thank you after every video I post. I asked for like 250 likes. You guys blessed me with 1,000 likes on almost every Seahawks video I'm posting right now. I think honestly, if a Seahawks video were to get 2,000 likes, I'm gonna cop a jersey. I'm gonna just cop a jersey. So hit that like button, hit that sub button if you like daily NFL content. I post a couple of Seahawks videos every single week. Let's talk defense, all right? Because I was reading an article and they had the Seahawks as like the 19th best defense in the league, which is an upgrade. It's a huge upgrade from last season where they were in the bottom 6 of total defense, whether it was rush defense, passing yards allowed. In just yardage ranking last season, they were ranked 26th, and in points allowed ranking, they were ranked 25th. So not the best, right? And while we saw plenty of flashes of this young, hungry defense, specifically in last year's NFL draft class that they absolutely killed, we saw move after move after move focused on the defensive side. And I think it's very uncharacteristic of Seattle Seahawks in past off seasons where they see their hole and they see this window of opportunity where it's like, okay, hold on. The NFC is pretty much wide open. If you can throw it up there with San Francisco, if you can throw it up there with Philadelphia, you have a decent shot at going deep in the playoffs, which, like I said, I anticipate Seattle to do. They weren't supposed to go 9-8 this last season. They weren't even supposed to be leading at halftime against San Francisco when Brock Purdy was still healthy. When San Francisco was still healthy at that quarterback position, Seattle had the lead on the road at halftime. All right. And this was a red-hot San Francisco team. So what did they do? Well, they focused so much on defense. You brought back former Seahawk legend, still legend, Bobby Wagner. All right. You bring in Devin Bush. You bring in Julian Love. And those two moves specifically, I absolutely love because of the high upside. I think with Jamal Adams, might I add, I think Julian Love and Devin Bush, they're breakout candidates. All right, fresh new team, specifically Devin Bush, get back to his college form at the University of Michigan. I loved those two signings, but Bobby Wagner was huge. And it didn't end just there. They also made a big time splash in getting Jermont Jones. You also brought back former Seahawk and Jerron Reed, my former cheesehead. I loved Jerron Reed on my team last season, and I know Seahawks fans are going to appreciate him again this upcoming year. But with Jermont Jones, Jerron Reed, those are two huge moves for bolstering that rush defense, because there were games like, think Josh Jacobs. There were games where Seattle against the run, it was abysmal. It wasn't bad, it was abysmal. That's not going to happen next season. So while I think the 19th ranked defense is a fair prediction, I think they have higher upside. It doesn't end just there. They also focused on the draft. Devon Witherspoon going early, a top 10 pick. Same thing with JSN. This guy has that it factor. He is a 100%, in my opinion, a future Pro Bowler. I think he's going to be a several-time Pro Bowler. And so we're getting back to the Legion of Boom Seahawk era, where they had this dominating defense. Now, I'm not saying Seattle's going to be a top 5 defense this upcoming season, but these pieces are continuing to build up. We saw so many flashes of it, specifically young talent last season. And Devon Witherspoon, this guy loves to hit. He plays football the way football is intended. He loves to hit. He loves to get dirty, get his hands dirty, and he's going to fit in seamlessly with this Seahawks team. And keep in mind real quick, last year was the first year under new defensive coordinator Clint Hurt. All right, he went from a 4-3 to a 3-4 base defense. All right, not all the pieces fit like a puzzle. So year one, it's expected that your defense is going to go through growing pains. All right, so year two, under Clint, I think it's going to be much improved. And then you throw in the players that they added. Don't forget about edge rusher Derek Hall. I'm loving it. It's like I'm at McDonald's right now. It's a great day to be a Seahawks fan. So I saw a trade, all right, and it was for edge rusher Chase Young. Now, Chase Young was a stud, and in the last 12 games that he's played since his rookie season, just 1.5 sacks. But there is so much upside. There is so much potential to return to form. He's still extremely young, but the Washington Commanders, I'm going to call them the Redskins, the Washington Redskins declined to pick up his 5th-year option. So are they even going to be able to pay him? I think he's a perfect trade candidate just for their team in general. But if you remember when he came into the league in 2020, the 2nd overall pick, he had 7.5 sacks. Rookie of the year. So, defensive rookie of the year, sorry. It could be something to think of. Now, here's where it's going to get you. The predicted, or the hypothetical package in return is a 2024 second-round draft pick and then a conditional 2025 second-round draft pick as well. So that's something to chew on for my Seahawks fans, because let me know if you're open to that idea down below. I think that would even more so take this Seahawks team over the edge, or over the hump, I should say, on the defensive side of things. But my prediction, my projections with all these new faces, maybe it's going to, as every team starts off, you got to get into rhythm. You got to get into the groove of things, at the start of the season. I think Seattle's defense by the end of the season is going to be huge. I think it's going to be reliable. And I think that gives teams issues with the new addition of JSN on the Seahawks offense, where if we look at both sides of the football right now, Seattle's looking really good, man. They're looking really primed to make a deep run for years to come. So shout out to this organization, shout out to the coaches, shout out to the players, but more importantly, shout out to the fans for blessing all these Seahawks videos. I seriously love you guys so much. You're changing my life. All right. I'll throw my Twitter down below if you guys want to. Would love to get more Seahawks fans following the Twitter. But once again, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content, along with a couple of Seahawks videos every single week. Quick reminder, we're still working on clips. We're getting there day by day. So I appreciate you guys being so patient and absolutely blessing these videos. I love making them, and I hope you guys enjoy watching them. So let me know what you're thinking about JSN and the Seahawks defense down below. Give me a record prediction. All right. We have the official schedule coming May 11th on Thursday. It's a huge day in the football world. And Seattle, as far as strength of schedule, because we know who they're going to be playing, they're about middle of the pack. So that's it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Enjoy the rest.